Hi, my name is Nikki. I'm your career coach, and today we're going to talk about how you can land your high-paying position in the next 90 days. A little bit about me: I've helped my clients land their tech positions within 2 to 3 months of starting to work with me, such as JP Morgan Chase, White & Case, Goldman Sachs, you name it, we've done it. Here's one of my clients' resumes. On the left is what she started off with, and on the right is what we were able to accomplish. If your resume looks like the one on the left and you're not really seeing what's wrong with it, or if you can spot the differences and you're like, okay, we need to make it happen, just listen up. So here's everything that was going wrong with that resume that wasn't landing her any interviews for over a year and a half. I boiled it down to 3 main tips that's going to start getting your results just like that. Tip number 1, you need to follow the 4-step formula, which is what you did, how you did it, solution, result. I know what you're saying. Yeah, Nikki, we've heard this before. Our guidance counselors have told us, our networking calls have told us, our seniors have told us. Yeah, I know, everyone says it, but I feel like no one knows how to derive the proper information from you to actually fit into the formula. Or they quite simply don't have the time to explain everything. But I do, so I'm gonna help you. Here's an example of one of our clients who came to us after 6 months of an unsuccessful job search. He unfortunately got laid off during all the big tech crashes. A lot of my clients have come to me during this crazy market that we're in, but that hasn't stopped them from getting results. And don't let external people tell you that the market is so bad that no one's landing jobs. If that was the case, I wouldn't be talking to you today. So I'm going to teach you everything that we did to take her from this resume into her next one. We were able to get her first ever 6-figure job offer. She's already had a ton of work experience, but the fact that she landed her first ever 6-figure job offer with us is the best thing in the entire world. And we were able to negotiate an extra $5,000 on top of that, which is something that's kind of uncalled for in this current market. But as you guys will see, we turned the impossible into possible because I've done this before myself. I was able to negotiate an extra $60,000 on top of my salary offers. And in my most recent job, $40,000 of that was just on top of that. It says trained and upskilled 9 team members in Pega, enhancing their proficiency and productivity. Now, surface level, this looks great. If this was 2021, this would have gotten her a job just like that. But we live in much crazier times, and that's totally fine. It just needs that we need to add more effort into our bullet points. It doesn't tell me how she trained them, how often would she meet with them, what are the training and teaching methods, what was she specifically upskilling with those 9 team members, and are they super entry level or are they more advanced team members? And in Pega, but like what were those projects going to be in regards to? Enhancing their proficiency and productivity. I think this part is the one that needs the most effort because remember, in that 4-step formula, we are missing the solution and the result. The difference is solution is more so the tangible impact that we were able to make happen, but the result is more like the metrics, numbers, who it kind of involved. A recruiter who only spends less than 7 seconds on a resume, they're not going to take the time to guess, and before you know it, they're going to go on to that next resume. But let's take a look at how we were able to fix this. Trained and upskilled 9 junior developers with Pega, enhancing their proficiency and productivity. That's what you did and kind of like how you did it. But the main part of how she did this was in order to work with our client, this insurance company, and then the solution was with a 5-week turnaround, and the result was, which resulted in an 80% of the cohort to be hired by the client. And if you're already seeing the changes in here and you want to see them happen for you too, and you want to learn a little bit more about our process, just book a call with our team. Our team will do a free resume review while on the call so you see what it's like to work together one-on-one. That way you can see if this is going to be the one that's going to take you to that next step. Tip number 2 is to quantify everything under the sun. Literally, quantify everything. Now, you want to be careful. You don't want to add some random percentages in here and being like 20% operational efficiency or 15% operational cost were reduced if you have no context. Every single thing that we do is going to be 100% proven and it's going to be fact-checked by me. 95% of my clients who come to me are most worried about the metric part. Like, Nikki, how do I put in a percentage, a number, a metric, dollar sign? Like, I don't have any of those, which is why they originally put some random percentages in there thinking that was going to help them. Every single time we were able to find them plus some more. Let's go into our client's resume example right now. She came to us with a 6-month gap on her resume. She was looking to migrate from the UI UX design field into her very first finance background role. Her first bullet point is redesigned user flows. Okay, it doesn't tell me again how she redesigned them, how many user flows that there were, how many different types of user flows there were, and improved navigation in an auto shop website. It doesn't tell me how many pages were on that website, how many landing pages, how many different buttons, CTAs, and it doesn't tell me how navigation was effectively improved. And then it's missing a lot of the how she did this stuff, leading to a 15% reduction in user drop-offs and higher engagement. It doesn't tell me anything about why was there a drop-off before? How was she able to reduce it? The next thing here, increased international user traffic by 20% by translating Thai to English. Increased international traffic, I don't see how that happened. By 20%. okay, it doesn't really have enough context, like by 20%, like number of clients or number of higher engagement, it just doesn't tell me anything. By translating Thai to English, like was that on the website? Was that on an ad? Was that through ads? Like I'm just very lost and I don't see the result in here. Let's see what we were able to do together within the next month or so. She landed her first ever finance wealth management position. It's absolutely incredible what she was able to achieve. So let's go in. Redesign the navigation flow and user interface of an auto shop website using Figma, optimizing spacing, format, and button functionality. Now finally, we have Figma in there, which is something that we didn't have before. Optimizing spacing, format, and button functionality. Now I know exactly how she did that. Decreasing user drop-offs from 44 to 20%. Finally, we know what that before number was and how it's after. And we see exactly what was affected when booking appointments or filing reports. Translated web content. So now I know exactly what was done from Thai to English to target international clients. Revamping 30 plus of Figma wireframes, successfully reaching 350 plus more local Thai, Australian, and New Zealand clients. It tells me the countries affected and how many more clients the company was able to gain because of her translating skills. As a result, we were able to increase user traffic and engagement by 20%. So now that 20% means something, but when it's standing alone, it kind of seems like to the recruiter that you just threw it out there, and I see this time and time and again. Tip number 3, perhaps the most important tip that you will ever come across, just take that from this video if you didn't take anything else. Stop over-tailoring your resume to the job description. Take a look at your bullet points right now. If you feel like someone can just copy and paste your bullet point, pop it onto theirs and get away with it, that means your resume is too vague and we need to put some more effort into it. The biggest things that were over-tailored were going to be improved vulnerability detection, streamlined compliance process, security risks, measurable decrease in application vulnerabilities. So I'm going to read off a list and you see if you have that right now. Number 1, stakeholder engagement. Number 2, enhancing operational efficiency. Number 3, informed decision making. Number 4, collaborated with cross-functional teams. And that's it. Number 5, supported business goals. Does any of that mean anything to you? That's what I see on a daily basis when reviewing resumes. Quite frankly, recruiters and hiring managers will not take the time to try to guess what you did. I will take the time because I'm your coach and I want to see you do well. But by the time someone even has a question, they already discarded your resume and moved on. So a lot of the times clients start to look inwards and they think that it's something wrong with them. Like maybe they don't have enough experiences, or maybe they think that they need sponsorship and that's the reason why they're not getting noticed. If you think about it, you have applied to companies that do accept sponsorship. You have applied to companies who are only looking for entry level and you have already like 5, 6, 7 years. You're not rejected based on something about you and your credentials, but it's quite literally how things are written. Specifically for my client, we were able to take one of these experiences and turn this into an actual story. So let's go over this bullet point together. Led the execution of application security policy enforcement initiatives. That's exactly what she did. Across 16 teams and application owners, I know what stakeholders were engaged and I know how many teams were collaborated with cross-functionally. By driving accountability, providing guidance to application teams, and monitoring adherence, resulting in a significant reduction in security vulnerabilities and risk exposure, thus increasing compliance from 50% to 100% within 3 months. These are the 3 tips that we practice within our programs. If you're already wanting to learn a little bit more about how we can get you into your next job within the next few months, just book a call with our team. My team would be happy to do a free resume review while you're on the call so you can know exactly how we can help you with your job search. But remember, it's not just about the resume. There's so many other steps involved to get you the best job offer. Your resume will affect so many different areas before you even get to applying with your resume. So let me tell you a little bit more about that. The first thing it will affect is your confidence. It will affect your mentality. It will affect the number of applications you put in, how many of them are your dream roles, and how many of them are getting you the salary range that you deserve. So many people are still relying on networking and referrals to get them that first introduction into an interview. When you start to make the changes onto LinkedIn through our LinkedIn optimization strategy, you're going to start to get more inbound messages from recruiters asking to interview you without you even applying to jobs in the first place. Resumes will not only affect you getting an interview, but it will affect the way you progress during interviews. If you go into an interview with a very watered down, very tailored resume, and it has all of this different buzzword, and the interview starts to ask you questions, you're more likely to freeze up on the spot, and your confidence starts to go down because you think you don't have the skills when in reality you do. Last but not least, this 100% affects your salary negotiation. It affects the salary that you get for you to feed yourself, feed your family, feed your pets, whatever it is that you have to be responsible for. It doesn't matter if you don't have a really strong mindset about what you deserve, and it does not matter if you are settling for another position. Let's go over some client wins. First, we have Anika, who was searching for her next position for many months now, but after revamping her resume, she finally started to land back-to-back interviews from Stripe, Microsoft, IBM. There's so many more in the pipeline. Here are some updates. Through her work with us, through the interview prep, she has not only gone through these interviews, but she's preparing for the next rounds and aiming for higher roles. Next, we have Blossom, who you will see a video testimonial from very soon, who landed a DevOps security engineering position at an AI startup company that is backed by Salesforce. She was searching for a very long time on her own, but was unsuccessful, unfortunately. But through our guidance and through our collaboration, not only did she land this role within a couple of weeks of revamping her resume, through our collaboration, it took her 60 days, only 2 months, to find her amazing 6-figure job offer when she was searching on her own for much longer. And the best part is this entire interview to offer pipeline took only 2 weeks to finalize. Next, we have Lamia, who after updating her LinkedIn profile through our optimization strategies, started to receive inbound offers within 24 hours. We also have Joanna, who was looking for her next role for over 5 months without any success, and through the work that we already gave her to prep for, it was able to get her amazing offers. We also have Roha, who finally was able to land her healthcare operations role that finally aligned with what she was after. It only took about 3 weeks from start to finish of interviewing to receiving that offer, and the best part is she was able to do this while having an employment gap in the field that she was targeting. So if you have unemployment gaps and you have that on your resume, do not worry. It's up to you if you want to keep that going for as long as possible and continue to live uncomfortably, or making a decision to end that and finally start your next role like yesterday. We also have Niharika, who finally landed a senior data engineering position. With only 5 years of experience, she did not think she was able to land senior roles this soon in her career. We also have a little bit more from her if you decide to read. We also have Zainab, who within 1 month of working with us landed an indirect purchasing co-op. And we also have Natalie, within a couple of weeks of updating her resume and LinkedIn profiles, land these amazing ongoing opportunities. We also have Seoju, who was able to land these email messages that translated into interviews and offers, and Trisha, who was able to move to her dream location after securing an amazing offer within fintech. Ruti landed a senior financial management analyst position. We have Kehinde, who landed a Weedon and Kennedy position on the Nike account. We have Peyton, who landed her first corporate position in Minted. We have Bhavya, who landed her first Gen AI position at Cognizant. We have Lakshmi, who landed 3 interviews within 12 days of applying. We have Zarina, who landed a co-op offer at Shark Ninja. And not only that, we have Siyang here, who not only landed her first ever AI company internship, but she's now looking into the full-time positions. We also have Somia, who not only landed several externships, but she landed several internships as well. We also have Panchami, who landed her first ever interview within a week of applying. We also have Gargi, who landed her first ever summer internship as a junior. She never landed any corporate internships beforehand until she started to work with me. She spent so many years just trying to crack that first one, and until she started to work with me, within a month, we landed her an internship fully remote at a startup last semester in fall, and then now we were able to get her a summer internship at an amazing law company as a project manager. Next, we also have Farhana, who finally landed her first ever interviews at an amazing company. And we also have Sindhu, who landed her first ever internship. And next, we also have Ishika, who landed interviews within even Goldman Sachs. And we also have Marielle, who landed her first ever 6-figure job offer. We have Moira, who landed 4 offers within 3 months of working together. And we also have Vidisha, who landed her not only her first full-time job offer after college, but she was able to land a junior data scientist position and negotiate an extra $20,000 on top of her offer because of all the skills, her confidence, and everything she brought to the table. So your career upgrade starts right now, only if you want it to. If you're sick and tired of the way that things have been progressing and you're no longer willing to wait, you're no longer waiting for permission from someone else to do this for you, you're no longer waiting to just have something fall into your lap, so you can see how you can become one of our girls too. If I'm being quite honest, you are all competing with our girls who are killing it in their job search game. They have strong resumes, strong interview skills. So it's up to you if you want to compete with them and learn how to be a winner too, or it's up to you if you want to stay on the sidelines and continue to let life pass by, because honestly, I do not want to work with someone who wants to just do that. I'm not looking for someone who's blaming their family for not letting them start this. I'm not looking for someone who is not going to do the work because of time commitments and issues and all of that. Your career is everything that you can rely on, especially as a woman. So it's time for you to just get up, do the things you know you have to do, and land the best career of your life. Work we do here is timeless. It will take years, if not a whole decade, for you to slowly take out everything that we accomplished together and put new experiences in. Your LinkedIn is timeless. All of your experiences will continue to live on. Interview skills will get stronger and stronger, and you will learn how to land continuously the best salary over and over again at a progressive rate. No longer are you going to spend your time worrying that you're going to settle with your bachelor's or your master's or your PhD degree. You're going to finally land something that can get you to that next step over and over again. We would be more than happy to discuss the ins and outs of what you can expect and how to land your dream corporate job. If you're not convinced, that's totally okay, but here are some video testimonials so you see what clients have to say.
Hi, I'm Roja, and I come from a medical background, and I was looking to transition into a role in healthcare operations. I joined Nikki's program in June 2025, And I started receiving offers mid-July 2025, and I landed an offer 3 weeks after completing my resume and LinkedIn profile. Before Nikki's program, it would take me hours to apply to just a few jobs because I'd have to tailor my resume for each role. I also was searching for a job for about 4 to 5 months before I started with Nikki. And again, it was really hard and I felt very alone as well through that whole process. I wasn't hearing anything from any recruiters that I'd reach out to, but I noticed right after I updated my LinkedIn, I started getting offers for interviews from recruiters, and I would apply to 15 to 20 jobs a day just because it was so much easier, the whole process of it. So I did recommend this program to one of my friends, and she just joined yesterday. So I definitely recommend this program to anyone looking for their next job. Nikki will definitely help you in your job hunt.
Hi, my name is Mariel Nolasco. I'm a software developer, and I got laid off December 2023, and I decided to join Nikki's program June 2024. I joined because I felt like I was in a rut with my job searching, and I really noticed that it was probably, my resume and my cover letters that were getting me rejected. But most of all, I was really at a loss because I was feeling very, very, down in my confidence as a professional. So joining Nikki's, program not only helped me build skills on how to write resumes efficiently, how to, talk or like have that certain writing style that emphasizes my skills and emphasizes my impact, but it also helped build my confidence as a developer because through the sessions, especially like the resume building sessions, Nikki has really helped me realize the value and the impact that I have brought into the companies that I work for. That, I really didn't think about that. I was, operating in a sense of desperation and anxiety before Nikki, but after Nikki, I'm now operating in a sense of confidence and security that, any company would be lucky to have me. And I am a really, really good worker. And if I really put my mind to it, I can learn a lot and I can definitely bring impact to any organization that I join. And so I'm really, really thankful for having joined Nikki's program. And I highly recommend it if you have, you feel like you're in a rut and you definitely need, a professional cheerleader and you need someone who's in the industry who can really help you sort of build those skills. Every session with her has been packed with, a lot of learning for me and a lot of fun. And I really, really, want to, save and maximize the time I have with her and I just run through it. I recommend this program to another job seeker, mostly because a lot of the things we're blind to is like our own value, and just really talking to you and discussing, my experiences with the company, my responsibilities, you really helped me kind of see that, oh, I wasn't just like my day-to-day responsibilities. I wasn't just like maintaining these things or building these things. I wasn't just working with Python. I was just working with Azure Data Factory. I was actually, working towards like a bigger initiative, and that bigger initiative led to, impact.
My name is Blossom Dickham, and I'm a DevOps engineer, and I've had more than 7 years in the field. I was scrolling on Instagram and I found Nikki, and I decided to reach out. And why I reached out was because of the many beautiful testimonials that I saw on the girls or the people in the program having positive results. And so my second reason for joining was because I was applying and looking for different opportunities within my career to grow. And when I was applying with my resume, I wasn't getting any feedback. I was either getting many rejection letters or I was getting no responses. Joined the program June 26th. So at the end of June, received an offer of a high six figures that I couldn't refuse. It took me about 60 days to land an offer. Job title was for DevOps security engineer. This particular company that I got an offer for is an AI/machine learning company that implements security and has clients all over the world, ranging from the United States, Europe, South America, and various places. And this company is a startup that is backed by Salesforce and the Adecco Group. And the interview process took from the time that I applied to the time that I got the offer letter, it took about 2 weeks, and I was happy. Before I did this program, it took me quite a few months, and I still didn't get anything until I came across Nikki's page. Job searching before the program, it felt like endless. It felt like I couldn't find anything. All of the descriptions for the jobs are what I was looking for, but before the program, I felt like I would never get anything. After I did Nikki's program and did all the implementation that she advised, I felt like my attitude went from negative to positive, and being able to find something that can fit my job description of what I was looking for to grow my career. The best part about joining this program was seeing the other girls in the program winning, such as recruiters reaching out to them, getting offers that they weren't able to before, or even just doing things like tweaking their LinkedIn so they would get noticed. And also just talking with Nikki and just having her ideas, like brainstorming and having her ideas would give a new outlook on how I would think and have different ideas. I would definitely recommend this program to other people looking for jobs, whether you have one and you're looking to grow your career, or if you're struggling to find a job and you haven't been able to find a job on your own, or if you're having trouble with your resume and you feel like you need to doctor up or update your resume. I feel like this is the program for you. With Nikki's guidance and her expertise, everything is easier and everything is much smoother in the process of getting your dream job.
Hey, I'm Trisha. I joined in January. I was searching for about 4 or 5 months on my own, and I wasn't having a lot of luck getting things back. And I think I also didn't really know how exactly to go about the search process, especially on LinkedIn, where there's like a lot of jobs that maybe don't really lead to anything. And I was kind of wasting a lot of time and energy on those. I did end up getting an internal transfer with a manager who I think aligns with my interests and my work style a lot better. And it's also in the location that I wanted to move to. And then I also ended up, in addition to that, I also got a 15K increase, which was obviously great bonus. I started off as a software engineer and I was kind of looking to move laterally, which is exactly what happened. And yeah, I ended up getting a position where I have more responsibilities and I have a chance to grow, but I'm still in the software engineering space. I really feel like the tips you gave me and everything, they just helped me like a lot. And I feel like one big thing that I don't know if you like, I didn't really see this in the testimonial, but I just want to add this. But I feel like one of the big things is on top of the actual physical, like making your resume better and everything, I feel like this process made me kind of gain confidence that like I can do it. Like I feel like before I was very much like I knew in my head that I had skills. It was just very like all over the place and I was like I don't know how to like put that foot forward. But now it feels like if somebody asks me what, and I think that's what got me this too, is that when he asked me like what do you care about? What do you want to do in this next job? I feel like I had an answer that like I like collaborating, I like this, I like that, and it was very obvious what I'm passionate about. And I think that confidence like really was what like really pushed me forward. It was me and an external candidate, and the external candidate had like probably had more experience than me, but he liked that I cared a lot about like organization and kind of collaborating with people. The best part for me about joining this program was that it gave me a way to stay both motivated and also stick to a plan. I think sometimes with job searches, especially when you have like a job or you have other things to do, you kind of end up prioritizing it less. But with this, it kind of gave me small chunks to focus on at a time, which is a lot less overwhelming than doing everything by yourself at once. And then I would definitely recommend this. At the very least, you learn so many skills that one, you can kind of help with mentoring people in your area as well. And you also get to learn skills that I think will carry forward. For example, with the resume revamp, I think that a lot of the things we learned, obviously we applied it to what I already have, but I could easily apply that to the future.
Hi, my name is Niharika Maida. I am a data engineer with 5 years of experience in higher education and enterprise solutions, where I have built ETL pipelines, led a few projects by myself, mentored engineers, and I have worked on automation of data workflows and worked on hands-on experience with all this student lifecycle systems. I've been targeting for a senior data engineer role and or a lead data engineer role where I can like focus on data architecture and analytics engineering, and also use the technologies I've been working on like cloud platforms. I joined Nikki's program around May. At the end of the May, I think, or in May, I was actually looking for a job since March due to me being laid off. Once we done finishing the resume revamp, within a week or two, I started seeing responses from both all the applications. Like once my resume and the strategy and all the bullet points, everything aligned in this program, everything started picking up, and I was suddenly getting all these recruiters reaching out to me, interview scheduling for senior roles. That's something I was not expecting. I honestly thought I was not qualified for a senior roles with my little experience. I've been actually, like I said, I've been applying for on my own with no help since March. I was sending at least 70 resumes a day and working on my resume daily manually by myself, maybe hoping that would help recruiters to pick me. And one thing I've noticed was I have a lot of experience, but I don't know how to show that in the interviews. Before I joined this program, it felt like I was just throwing applications into like just putting applications and I was not getting any feedback, no callbacks, and seeing a lot of ghosting and rejections, even ghosting from first round or second round of interviews. I was feeling so depressed and defeated, even though I felt like I was doing all the right things. It felt like impossible to me. But after joining this program, and I feel like so confident on what actually I need to work on myself to show the recruiters what qualifications I have that can be useful for the role I'm being interviewed. After these, all these conversations and working on LinkedIn and resume revamp and all the coaching I had with Nikki, and it actually showed me how I can pitch my value. And it also showed me that I'm not second guessing everything. Now that I have a system and a support that would help me land an offer, which actually did. The biggest transformation or the best part about this after joining this program is how uh, I transformed in myself professionally and everything. Nikki helped me realize that makes my own experience is actually enough to go for senior roles. And I did. I got interviews and offers for senior level positions with my experience and the work I actually did, not just some AI saying, tell me or quote something that's not, I haven't done. With that, putting all that together, the clarity around resume revamp and interview prep, that made a lot of huge difference on how I was being interviewed. I was not just throwing out resumes anymore. I was actually leading the interviews with confidence and having conversations with the hiring teams on actually what I have done. I did hear from a lot of mixed industries, mostly from higher education, which is my previous experiences from. And I also got interviews from recruiters reaching out for AI startups and enterprise companies and also for healthcare. Some came from like whole applications like submitted like a month ago. But some of them also came, most of them came from LinkedIn emails or recruiters finding my profile like after the LinkedIn optimization that we worked on. That shift itself, it was so visible and clear and was so huge, and I was not expecting that change. If I recommend this program to anyone, 1000%, yes, I do recommend this program to anyone who wants to build their confidence on their work experience and what is the right thing to say during interviews or even for behavioral rounds. Having resume revamp, yes, that's the first step to get an interview, but having landing the job until the end, those steps are also critical. So you need to know what is the right thing to say, and with that help, you can actually do anything. I'm just an example that with dedication and support like from Nikki, it is possible to land your any desired role you want. Because I got offered for a senior data engineer role that I honestly was not expecting to get a senior role within a month. We started working with Nikki, and that's something I would say a miracle for me. But it's not entirely impossible for anyone. It is possible, especially even if you're with someone with few years of experience. We're wondering if you're ready for next steps, if you're ready for senior roles with the experience you got. You have all the tools you need from Nikki, and she will guide you with everything. And this program shows you that you are ready for the next step, and it will give you the tools to prove it. And with all the dedication and support, if I can do it, so can you. So keep your chin up and it will help you through. And this is something I would recommend to anyone who wants it.
I had no idea about how to go about the job searches or anything about this industry. I genuinely did not have any idea about how to apply, where to apply, what roles to apply, how I am going to receive, will I ever receive an offer, all these things, so many questions running in my head. And I needed all the resources and guidance that I needed at that time. All I would do is just go on LinkedIn and just apply to random jobs, not knowing, not scaling it down to a certain position or anything, just applying to whatsoever roles I find on LinkedIn. Because at that time, I just knew LinkedIn and Indeed. Know how to write my resume on my own. I went from there to now knowing point to point, detail to detail, what should be mentioned in the resume or applications, or what to talk in interview calls, what to talk to the HRs, PMs, all of that. The best part about joining the program is that I received support like no other, and she's been the best. Actually, she's kind of my best friend in this job search. I would say she has been my guidance. I actually let her know that, I'm not confident about myself in this field because this is an entirely new world for me and that I've never been in this place before, but she's been that guiding light, and she's always been a support system ever since I've joined the program. So that should be one of the best parts of joining this program. And I would definitely recommend this to a lot more of my friends if they do need some guidance, just as I needed. Definitely the first person I would recommend is Nikki if someone's struggling just like I was. And then with that being said, I have landed my job in the corporate world as a junior data scientist. And all thanks to Nikki, honestly speaking. I also got an offer negotiated after I was given an offer. So that's a bonus. An extra 20K negotiated. And that's also because of the skills that Nikki had taught me, the ones she posted on school. And with those resources, I was actually able to negotiate a full 20K dollars, which is amazing. And I'm mind blown myself. Has been amazing. But I should be crediting you so much of it. It's because of you. In all of that, you've been the biggest supporter, because I don't think nobody understood my situation better than you have at that point. And I think you genuinely provided me with all the resources that I needed in the first place. That was my starting point. And right now I know so much more. I have these resources, which I could be using for a lifetime. And I feel like I was blessed to have found you.
Well, hi, I'm Juana. Now I am like with this amazing offer in a nice company. It's like a software engineer company, and I'm gonna be in this role, the channel account executive. They need a fluent Spanish person, so it's perfect for me because I'm from Colombia. My salary is like a kind of insane right now for me, so it's like okay, I need to just be grateful. Definitely, I recommend this because sometimes you are just lost in the process and you want someone that help you. And definitely the money works. It's a good invest for you. But definitely take this. This is invest for you, and I hope like you take this decision. For be honest, I never believed that I'd be say like I did it. When you have like a really strong resume and you've been prepared, like definitely you feel more confidence. So it's nice. When you come into other country, you have like a totally different challenge because you feel less value here. So it's like a kind of no encourage it yourself, you can do it, but then it's like a going through and just see the opportunities and start to receive call message and interviews, not just for this work, like for financial stuff too. It's like okay, I have potential, I can do this. I think that obviously was you that give me all the time like this encourage myself and believe in me. When we just make together my resume, I can believe that I've been doing great things and I have like a good experience for a start in a new company in a new country. And like you be with me was like a nice because it's like someone telling you and validate that you are good, that you are enough, that you can do it. Definitely is a key for you, continue with this. So yeah, thank you.
Hi, my name is Peyton. As soon as I took her suggestions for my resume and LinkedIn, I immediately started getting noticed by bunches of recruiters and getting messaged by them on LinkedIn. Each session was also very individualized, and I can really tell that she cares about each and every one of her clients.
Just got off my first call with the recruiter, and it went so well thanks to what Nikki has helped me with. Basically, all of the questions that we prepared were in some way asked in the first initial call. If I didn't have those prepared, my answers definitely would have been a lot shorter and less detailed and like related to my actual experience. So it helped very, very much. And I'm super excited because they are already asking me back to have a Zoom call early next week. So super excited. And yes, thank you, Nikki.
Hello, so it's me again, finally at the end of my job search journey. Nikki and I did our calls and she gave me so much good information and has just been such a great person to have along the way who I could always reach out to. She was always there no matter what. Ended up getting a great position at Minted and I'm super excited. It's the exact position that I wanted for a salary that is very, very good, much better than some of the other companies. So I think Nikki's advice really just helped me soar, and I would really just love to thank her for all of her help. And she is just amazing and so helpful. So thank you, Nikki, and yeah, bye.
Hello, my name is Moira. I am a spring of 2024 graduate, and I graduated with my bachelor's in electrical engineering technology. I started Nikki's program May 9th. And I've been in the program for 3 months, and since then I've gotten 3 job offers. The offer that I'll be accepting is as an electrical and computer engineer, and the other 2 One is as an associate manufacturing engineer, and the other as a controls and mechanical technician. Before I started Nikki's program, I had doubt in my skills going into the job market, and I had low expectations of what the job market was going to offer me. One thing I was really worried about was that I was going to have to settle for a job that was outside of my career path and would set me up for failure in my planned career path. All of that being said, Nikki has given me higher expectations of what the job market could offer me and the ability to show my strengths in the job market. And along with that, the confidence to accentuate and emphasize my current achievements, experience, and skills in academic projects, things like that, that I would have never thought to emphasize. The encouragement along the way to keep putting myself out there until I found a position that fit was extremely helpful.
Nikki did a great job at emphasizing my experience and showing potential employers that I had the skills necessary to succeed in their positions and in their companies. To emphasize her negotiation skills and teachings. Yeah, Nikki has been a really, really great help, and I would recommend her to anybody who's looking to get into their first steps in their career or transition careers or emphasize their skills, because that's really what she helped me do, was build my confidence professionally, like my professional reputation, and emphasizing my skills. She did a great job. She is awesome. Fully and wholeheartedly recommend her. And thank you, Nikki. Bye.
Will talk from my pure heart, because I'm really glad I was able to join this program, just because it was so transformational for me. I didn't have like people that I can get motivation from and inspiration from, and like, you know what, after like joining this program, like I was besides like getting all this stuff from this program, I was actually like watching you. So like you gave me so much inspiration. Like you do your job so well. I mean, how to say that, like in such a young age you were able to achieve so much, and I was always so surprised by that. Like, I mean, I was so impressed by that, to be honest. And you gave me so much motivation that I can do the same thing. And actually I also got so much, how to say, I think I grew with you a lot, to be honest. It was a very transformational thing for me. Like I did, from like being I can't say like I wasn't confident or something like that, but like with you, I think I actually was able to get myself ready for, first of all, for the job market, but also for the life. I think like it might sound a little bit weird, but anyway, like by just watching you, the way you were like talking to the clients, I always wanted to be in your sessions. But also what I mean is that I feel like by your perspective, like to the things actually that I saw in you, like by your perspective and view on different things, I kind of like, how to say it, I feel like it helped me to grow a lot. Like but just by the way you were talking to me, just by the way what you were doing, and by like everything that you did, I was just very inspired. But also I think I grew with you a lot. It was a very transformational thing. I know, like I kind of how to say, in this 3 months, like I became so different, I would say. I don't know, like you prepared me for life for some reason. That's what I can say. Like for the like, you made me learn that I shouldn't fear anything, because I had a lot of fears when I was entering this program. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna land the job, how I'm gonna go with that, how I'm gonna do this. Like I can figure out school, but like the job market, like literally you need to figure it out. But like with you, to be honest, I get so much confidence about my future actually, and about like how I need to move forward. And by your perspective on things, like when you were saying like, okay, that's okay, that's totally fine, but also like you were trying to get a result, like in a very, very how to say, in a very like soft but also inspiring way. I feel like inspired me a lot, and it made me feel like, okay, I can do that. Like it made me believe in myself, and also made me believe that I can do that. And also how to say, all the challenges that we have in the life, like everything can be done and everything is resolvable. It's just by like what kind of perspective you have at this point, you know. Like you can always, like, how to say, you can not, how to say that, it's just by your perspective on the things. So but your perspective on the things, literally you did what you did, right? But like, I don't know, I learned so much from that, like just from that loop, but from the way you were talking. So I really, really liked it. It really helped me to grow a lot as well, like to just grow a lot overall, like emotionally and psychologically. So I'm so grateful for you in this case, to be honest. Like besides this program and this whole thing, I feel like just like your vibe, your aura, your perspective on things made me learn so much. So I can realize, like, I think you already helped so many people, and I feel like maybe you can realize how much you help just by your perspective, not just by what you do, but by the way you do it. So so I'm very, very grateful for that, because I don't know, I feel so confident in myself now, and I feel like more mature than I was before. So yeah, thank you so much for that. I really really appreciate it. I'm so glad I was able to meet you. I was able to join this program, and I don't know, I would go through that again, to be honest, if I could. I hope like I can also inspire others to join this program, and that I mean, I don't know, it was very transformational. That's what I can say. Very transformational, to be honest. I indeed learned so much, and I indeed like learned a lot of even life things. Even though you don't realize it, you definitely propose it and you project this to the people, to your clients actually. So I'm so glad I was able to join it, like because I had so many options, but I for some reason I felt like this is the option I want. So yeah, I mean, thank you so much. So I hope like I'm gonna achieve a lot, but just know all my achievements are all because of you actually. So thank you so much. Anyway, no, I'm serious. I'm very serious right now. Like I'm completely serious. It's not something I'm making up. It's just it's not about like what I learned here. It's all about like your your perspective on things, you know, like confidence and motivation that you give people. I feel like that's what's transformational. So yeah, I would say it was indeed transformational, not only by knowledge you gave, but also by your vibe and aura that you had. Like I don't know, it's very magical at some point. So yeah.